What's up, YouTube? It's your girl ChericeShana. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, this is Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5, Episode 10 review. Without further ado, wait, before that, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. It is free to do so it costs nothing for you guys to just click on that button. Also, like this video if you like the content that I'm putting out for you guys. I'm trying to be more consistent, more regular, because this is basically what I do. So I would love to engage with you guys and make new awesome friends. So make sure you subscribe to my social media platforms as well. Of course, the links are going to be down below, but it's also going to be scrolling up. So you should be able to see that as well. And now, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. So this review is going to be pretty speedy. I'm not going to go in order. I don't think this episode was lackluster like the other episode. So I really didn't even want to review it, to be honest. I was just like, oh, another filler, nothing extra juicy went on or whatever. But it just is what it is at this point. So basically what we see is Brooke being messy yet again, having to make sure she runs and gets to the bar before everyone else is there so she can gossip to Bridget, Kelly, and Donatella to let them know why she feels like Moniece will not be going to London. Moniece never told her she's not going. This chick just insisted on spilling tea and being messy, so that's exactly what she did. She met up with them, gave them hugs. She knew that they were having a conversation, obviously, because they weren't sitting down not talking. So her first thing is, you guys been gossiping? And Bridget Kelly's like, no, sis, we leaving the tea for you, sis. Can't be no tea if Brooke is not there. And Brooke takes that as her cue to say, speaking of tea, and before you start sipping, I went to the studio the other night and I walked into Moniece's session that she had with Rockstar, and she was, not really doing too good in the booth. And Rockstar corrected her when she was supposed to go back and do the actual recording. We found sis on the floor, she all passed out, but I think she knew it was an off day, so she basically went, so Bridget's like, so you think she faked that? And she's like, soon as she says that, who should walk in but Moniece? So Moniece comes in and Brooke is shocked. In her confessional, she said the day before Moniece was on the floor holding on to her wig, getting transported to the hospital by the ambulance. Now today she comes in and she's fine. Moniece explains that she had upped her dose from 50 to 100. 50 to 100 what? But okay, 50 to 100. And the whole time she's talking about, her getting clearance with the doctors and her changing her medication, Brooke is like, she's trying really hard not to laugh because she don't believe the hype. And Moniece definitely tells her, well, I'm clear to travel. Bridget Kelly says that she's invited Paris and she's also invited LaBrittany. Moniece is not happy about that, says that LaBrittany's out here, sleeping with other people's men. And Paris dropped the pin to Princess to let her know where Moniece would be, and that ruined 80s fashion show and had her almost hitting Princess with a chair. So she's not too happy about these two women coming. And if on cue, these two women show up. So LaBrittany introduces herself to Moniece because they've never actually met in person. Well, they've never been introduced. They've been in the same setting, but they've never been introduced. So she decides to introduce herself. And in LaBrittany's confessional, she basically says, if Moniece is talking that stuff, then her and LaBrittany are going to have smoke. You know what I'm saying? So Paris goes on to say that she invited Miss Nikki Baby to come to the trip. And Moniece did mention that her and Brooke invited Sierra, so those two will be going on the trip. Bridget Kelly says that's fine. Moniece wants to know if Donatella will be coming along with them on the same flight. And that's when Donatella informs them that even though I made this trip possible and I made it happen and I set up everything, I'm booked and busy, so I won't be going. Moniece actually asks La Brittany as well why she would be going when she's supposed to be doing a showcase. And La Brittany says she got offered the opportunity to do a track, a remix with Lady LaSure, who's out in the UK, that Donatella set up, and she feels like that is a better approach, a better, I don't even know the word to call it, but it's better basically for her career if she takes that deal. So she took that instead of going to the Pride event. So they end up toasting to going to London, and Paris says that she has to find some, cute guys out there. La Brittany says she heard that those guys in the UK are uncircumcised, and Paris is on a venture to find a circumcised guy in the UK in London. And La Brittany basically says, well, you act like you picky anyway. That was low-key shade, but moving on. So now we see A1 and Lyrica. A1 and Lyrica are not together. A1 is actually walking with his brother Lloyd, and Lyrica is walking with her mom, Lyrica G. Her mom and her are talking, and she's basically saying that after the whole baby thing, after the whole baby announcement from hell that they just encountered, and then the whole poker game situation, A1 is not questioning her yet again about her loyalty and her fidelity. Her mom is basically telling her, what's going on? Why are all of these people singling you out and doing this to you? And Lyrica gets defensive and says that she has to keep on explaining herself and she doesn't want to have to explain herself again, especially to her mom, and she feels like her mom doesn't believe her. Her mom says, baby girl, I'm always on your side. I am your mom. I'm always going to have your best interest. I'm always going to have your back, and I'm going to believe you. You got to stand in your truth, and that's it. But Lyrica G's body is like really nice. She's walking out there with her crop top and everything. I mean, yeah, all right, Lyrica G. And Lyrica G has a bomb voice, you guys. Like, I did my homework. I wanted to hear, because I know that she has an EP. I wanted to hear, and she has a really, really, really good voice. So yeah, A1 and his brother Lloyd are talking. His brother Lloyd apologizes, as he always does. So he apologized for what they were going through, the whole situation. And A1 feels like nobody has his back at all. Like, his friends, they're not respecting his decision of being back with his wife and all of that jazz. Lloyd says, nobody may have your back, but family's always going to have your back. I have your back as your brother. But then he asks, really and truly, do you believe that this is your baby? And before A1 can answer, they cut that off. So now we see that the women have reached London, and they come in looking bomb. All of them look really, really put together and really, really nice. I did not like Miss Nikki Baby's outfit, but they were coming off of the plane or something like that. They were about to go, they're coming off the plane about to go to their hotel. Miss Nikki Baby definitely looked like she was on a plane. She was wearing a regular, comfortable, plain gear. But a lot of the ladies were dressed up with heels. Tiara Marie's outfit was so cute to me. She had on this really cute yellow dress with this yellow fur and these glasses. She looked like she walked off of somebody's red carpet. She looked so cute. I also liked Bridget Kelly's jumpsuit. It's like a 3/4 length jumpsuit. I really like the jumpsuit. I'm really not feeling the green hair on her. Maybe it's the hue of the green that I'm not feeling on her, but Bridget Kelly is so beautiful. I just wish that her hair color was different, in my opinion. Beautiful girl. I just think that hair, that green hue is not for her. I feel like a lighter green, like maybe a little bit too bright, but it would bring her out more than that dark green. That dark green is muted, in my opinion. But anyways, Miss Nikki Baby is not having taken no public transportation with her suitcases, and I do not blame her. I would not do that either. When you go to a brand new country or a brand new state and you're just getting off the plane, the last thing you want to do is take somebody public transportation. You don't even want to take public transportation when you're in your own hometown. So I could only imagine carrying luggages, and no. She was good to get that car because, yeah. I would have definitely hopped up in the cab and I would have met them and they luggage later and elsewhere. So when they get into the home, Bridget Kelly tells them, you know, obviously this trip is for me. I have the biggest room on the first floor, and then next to me is the other room, and that room is for Brooke. Everybody else, there's 3 levels. Pick where you're gonna stay. And I agree with that. She invited Brooke initially as her closest friend to come with her. So obviously she's going to give her friend the next best room. And of course, this is for her. So she is going to have the suite. So yeah, I agree with that. And then the other ladies have basically had to fend for self. So we end up seeing that Nikki, Tierra Marie, and Moniece ends up on the 3rd floor, which is like a loft. They're complaining that it's hot, it's not luxurious, it's not nice, but you know, it just is what it is. When they all get downstairs, they try to discuss a little bit of a ground rule. So they're discussing ground rules of what they will and will not tolerate. Tierra Marie says, just don't touch my, and all will be cool. And Bridget Kelly wants to know if anybody wants to clear anything out. LaBrittany then says, yes, I want to clear something up. Moniece, don't be spreading my name around telling people that I'm sleeping with A1 because I do not want his, I don't know. She started insulting A1's looks and saying she don't want to be with somebody like him and how she's not opening her legs for tracks or whatever. And Moniece is like, well, I did say that I heard that. I did tell Jay Will that I heard that. I didn't say that I knew it to be true. I said that to say that that is what I heard about you. So they left it at that. They're not going to have no beef. The ladies end up going to the bar. When they go to the bar, they shaking their tail feather, you know, drinking, chugging beers. Paris is asking men if they're circumcised or not. And that's basically what's happening. Tierra Marie says that she feels like in this setting is where she would drink. Paris is telling her, you can drink. And for her coming from rehab, being a recovering alcoholic, if she's basically saying that this is tempting me to drink, and you know she's a recovering alcoholic, your job as her friend to be like, okay, let's remove you from the situation. I wouldn't have even brought her to a pub in the first place, because when you're recovering from something and you're not fully healed, you cannot bring people into vulnerable situations. And that is a situation that's going to leave her vulnerable. So I'm like, why would you even take her there as a friend anyway? But needless to say, she ended up walking out. When she walked out, Moniece came, talked to her. Tierra says, you know what, I feel like I want to go home. Let's just get out of here. And Moniece says, yeah, no problem. I'm with you. You shouldn't even care what anybody else thinks. Let's backtrack for a second, because when they were in the car going to the house in the first place, Paris made some comments, had some statements about the tape, and Tierra basically was trying to say she wants to have a good time at the trip or whatever, and Paris is like, no, we're not here to talk about that. This is supposed to be positive vibes. And Tierra's like, what? So they were already arguing, and it seems like Paris is very insensitive to the way Paris is pretty insensitive to Tierra Marie's vulnerability when it comes to her being vulnerable with men, when it comes to her being vulnerable in her relationship, and being vulnerable when it comes to alcohol. She's very insensitive of the needs of her friend, and you can tell. So now we just gonna skip all of that. We leave London and we back in LA. We see Shun Love and her lawyer. They're sitting down. She set up a meeting for the contracts to be signed with her and Apple Watts. Apple Watts does not show up. And now Shun Love definitely got to find Apple Watts. Now she does find Apple. Where does she find her? Of course, in the strip club. Apple Watts is making it rain. Well, she not making it rain. It's done. It's done being rained on. So she's about to walk off, and in comes Shun Love, who's upset. Shun Love is like, so you're not answering my calls. You're not calling me back. This what we gonna do? And you could tell that Apple is like, kind of intimidated, but she's just like, my fault, giving a sorry excuse about her friend having her phone and or sort. So she's like, so should I kill your friend? Or you gonna do it? Because I spent money trying to get this lawyer. Like, my lawyer is by the hour. I ain't got time for that. She's like, and look at the little bit of money you just collected. Then Apple's like, well, it's something. And she's like, it's something. You want money? I got money. So she starts pulling money out of her bag. And she's like, I got money. At the end of the day, I see something in you. I'm trying to put money in your pocket and make you popping like you want to be and getting you out of the situation. And Apple says it's hard for her to trust people. Shun Love basically said, I'm on your side. Don't push me away. And Apple says that, she's moving forward. She is going to give Shun Love that chance that she deserves. So now we are at London again, and we're going to stay in London for the rest of this, child. All right. So pretty much Paris is at a shop, and she is trying to get some food. And she's also trying to find out if that man is circumcised. He says that he is circumcised. She said the food gonna be good. Anyway, so Miss Nikki Baby, Tierra Marie, and Moniece come. They all sit together, and Tierra Marie basically tells her, you rubbed me the wrong way a little bit when you were making these jokes in the car about the sex tape. And as a friend, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. Paris is saying, she's not trying to be hurtful, come from a mean place. Tierra agrees with her and says, well, she agrees with her and says, well, I wouldn't be here if I thought that you were trying to be malicious. Paris knows all about that. She starts getting into the fact that her and Kay Michelle were really good friends, and all she took was $50 from her. And when she took this money, now K. Michelle's saying that she's a thief and it wasn't even that serious. And thank God for people like Meek Mill and whoever, yada, 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 that she knows, because, her reputation was ruined. Her mom, was so embarrassed to go to work. Her grandma is embarrassed to go to church, and this is affecting her family. And all I have to say about that is boo-hoo, sweetheart. Stealing is stealing. If you take $50, you're going to take more when the opportunity presents itself. Because you could have easily went to your friend and said, do you mind if I use blah, blah? Or if you used it, I use so-and-so, I'll give you the money back. Or I know I shouldn't have you. You shouldn't take anything, steal anything from anybody without letting them know first. Especially when it comes to money. Especially when it comes to money. So I feel like, all right, sis, you took the money from her and she basically told the world. The thing is, if she was a nobody and she told, I don't know, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John next door, it wouldn't be so big of a deal to you. But because she's a superstar and she's telling the people that can make or break you in the industry, that's what it basically was all about for you. So it's not the fact that she told someone that you stole, it was who she told. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't take anything that don't belong to you. So now we go on to another scene with Moniece, Tia Marie, and Liberty. This was set up for them to meet and kind of hash out their differences. LaBrittany just basically tells her, you know, I'm from Detroit. I understand. I have kids as well. I have two grown boys. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is having sex for tracks. I'm not going to do that. And I'm working really, really hard. And then she said that she has a song with Cash Doll. Moniece has heard about that song. And now she's naming it a Femix. And she's putting Lady Leisure on it. And she's excited about her career. And they basically get to talking and find out that they actually do like each other. And this is just how it is. Like, you never know about a person until you actually speak to the person yourself. This whole misjudging people based on other people's experiences with them is whack. Just get to know people for yourself, because you never know. And so now we're going to go ahead to this press junket that Bridget Kelly has set up for herself. She's speaking with different radio teams and all of that, and they're interviewing her. They're excited about her new EP. They're excited about her new music that's coming out, Lady Bites. She wants to promote it, all of that stuff. And she's sitting down with a couple radio hosts. Now Brooke comes in's messy again, decides that it's so boring for her to be doing press junkets that she brings LaBrittany and interrupts her radio session, which I feel is in really bad taste for a friend to do. You see, your friend is about making her money. She's out here trying to make her coins, and you want to ruin it because you feel like it's boring. It's not for you. Go in the house or go sightseeing or do something and let the girl work in peace. But she doesn't do that. She is who she is. So she brings LaBrittany there, and they immediately see her and go, wow, Brooke, we haven't seen you since Girl Fight. She's like, oh, I'm still alive. And she sits, the plane going by. And she sits herself down and she's basically having a conversation. And she interrupts the interview. She starts talking about LaBrittany. LaBrittany introduces herself and states that she has a song come out with Lady Leisure and all of that. Brooke says that she's going to be working on new music soon. She's coming out of retirement. And then she says, oh yeah, LaBrittany should open up for you at your show. And Bridget's like, well, I really wasn't going to have an opener, but I mean, LaBrittany got it. I mean, she can't say no now because it's going to look bad on her if she says no when she never had that intention in the first place. This trip is all supposed to be about her, and then her bringing people in has her being pushed out. So now they're talking to LaBrittany, and then Tierra Marie comes and asks them about some flour to finish the chicken that she's preparing for them to eat. And as soon as they see Tierra, they're like, oh my God, Tierra. And Brooke is like, oh, Tierra, yeah, come. And Bridget's like, well, she's just asking about some food that needs to be cooked. We should just let her go back and do that. And you can tell that Bridget is really agitated. This is supposed to be about her, and it's not. It's crazy. And so one of the radio hosts goes and grabs Tierra. They grab a seat for her, and they say, you know, the last time we saw you be talking about new music that you're going to have coming out and all of that good stuff. And then the next thing we see is a sex tape. And she's just taken aback because she came there wanting relief from the whole situation. And literally the whole world, as she said in confessional, is talking about it. And she's just like, she wanted to escape. And she said, well, my ex-boyfriend put out a sex tape. What do you want me to do? And the radio host had the audacity to ask her, can he see it? Where can he see it? And bitch is like, oh no, not where can you see it? And Tierra was like, okay, no, that's it. So she storms off. She's upset. And they're like, oh, well, we just want to know what's going on because we've seen that K. Michelle actually had a live, and Akbar was, you know, commenting on it and stuff, and they were having a conversation, and we just want to know what's up with the womanhood, like what's up with the woman empowerment. And Bridget Kelly, Brooke, and LaBrittany are like, what? They didn't know about that. So Bridget's like, well, we're going to have to discuss that another time because we don't know anything about that. And instead of her being able to continue her interview, she leaves the interview to go check on Tierra Marie. She goes and she apologizes to Tierra. Tierra does not want to hear it. She's over it. She's really upset. And so I'm pretty sure the next episode we're going to, of course, get a continuation of that. But I feel like this episode, whatever. That was the end of my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5, Episode 10. Let me know what you thought about the episode down below. And until next time, you guys. Bye.